Well, hello guys, welcome to the farm. I do not have orange lipstick on. I was drinking my carrot juice. I don't have any straws, hence the orange color to my mouth, which I didn't notice until I got up close. Anyway, welcome to the farm. Welcome back to the farm if you're new here. My name is JC. We homestead on our property. We run our equine ministry, which is utilizing our horses for therapy and youth programs, all which is free of charge for our community. I'll put a little clip here of this past week working with some of the kids. I also raise dairy goats and I utilize their milk for, guessed it, some soap, and also been making cheeses. First time this year making actual hard cheeses. So I've been doing farmer's cheese and mozzarella cheese for the past several years, but I dove in and did hard cheeses this year. So you can go back and see that video as well. I really appreciate you guys so much. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, which is awesome. I know my channel is kind of all over the place because I've got my skincare business that I run that helps support our homestead. We run our equine ministry. I do music ministry. You know, it's just kind of so many facets here on the farm, but there is a playlist that you can go through and pick what you want to watch. If you don't want to watch the goats, who doesn't want to watch the goats? But if you don't want to watch the goats, you don't have to click on goat videos. You can just click on soaping videos, which by the way, I will be doing a watermelon soap video after this. My oils are now melting behind me. This is my soap lab, which is a bit of a mess right now. So we're gonna work on that, and it's gonna be kind of a chatty video because I wanna talk with y'all about something that you make or that you can produce on your farm, your homestead, or your home. When I say homestead, it could be any, your home. It's your homestead, it doesn't have to be 10 acres. And how you can do that help sustain your family, your dreams, everything that you wanna do. So I'm starting to get to that point of really seeing the potential of hopefully bringing my husband home. That's the goal. I'd really like to get him home. So anyway, what I'm doing, just to catch y'all up on some things, my soap name was under our nonprofit, Steadfast Trail Farm. I'll show you, this is one of my old labels. So, oh, it's really bright. There we go. Which was all great. It made sense, do that and help it, support, which it really did. We'd get soap orders in and I could reorder supplies that I needed to make more soap and also put money towards the nonprofit organization to help feed the animals. So we don't charge, we don't have any paid staff. I'm not paid. It's just all volunteers, and we just want to, serve the youth in the community and feed the animals, because that's important to feed the animals. Now one day as we grow, we will have staff. We have volunteer staff, but we'll have staff that will be paid, and as we grow that, because I need to reproduce myself and make more liters. So with that being said, I had that. Well, the soap started making more money than donations. So we started bringing in more revenue from the soap and bath and body products than donations were coming in. I had to create an LLC because the IRS doesn't like a nonprofit running like a business. So I have to take these labels off. And with the growth of the bath and body products that I'm making, I need to really think of other avenues to get the name out there, to let people know what we're doing. And farmers markets is one of the options. You don't want to put all, you can concentrate in on what you're doing. It might be a website and it might be a farmer's market. We do have a farm store, and that is open on Saturdays right now. It's really hard to kind of open it to the public during other times because sometimes I am working with kids that are in foster care, really more private situations. I don't want to have not that we'd have a mass amount of people coming to the farm store on a Tuesday or whatever, but I just want to kind of keep that separated and make sure it's a quiet, a nurturing environment and not hustle bustle kind of thing. But I got lots of dreams. With that, I thought I'd open up that discussion with you guys. And as you're thinking I make, I don't know, body butter or a salve, you make a salve or something like that on your farm, marketing that and how you're going to get the word out about that. And I'm going to show y'all my new label, actually. Let me do that. So I thought I just took one of these off. Oh, this is Rainstorm. All right, so this is the old label for Rainstorm. That's the old label. I was trying to do something a little bit more boutique before I realized I had to change, completely do an LLC. And I get my labels from Online Labels. So 2 things that have changed, and this is something for y'all to consider if it's soap that you're making. I was like taking up the whole front of my product, which, you know, you just learn as you go, and it's okay. You're gonna change things and move things around and realize something doesn't work, and oh, this does work. And that's just how it goes. So right now I am doing online. Oh, I could have shrink wrapped that a little bit. Sometimes when I take the label off the shrink wrap, which is biodegradable shrink wrap that I use, it gets a little loose. So I'll probably shrink wrap it. It won't affect my label. So these are weatherproof labels that I got, and they're 2x2s. Oh, come on. There it is. So isn't that, I just feel like it's more boutique. I just love it. I see the pink hippie and I love it. And how I came out with that name, and you can smell through this. How I came up with that name is I was making a soap, and it had patchouli and lang lang and what was the other, geranium. And it literally smells like a sweet perfume with a little woodsy undertone. I just loved it. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it was pink. I used pink clay and calamine clay, and I thought, oh, if I had a boutique, which I do, I have a farm store anyway, I was just kind of brainstorming, and if I had a boutique, I would name it the Pink Hippie, or if I had a brick and mortar downtown, I would name it the Pink Hippie. And that was several months before I realized I had to change the name. So anyway, it's really simple. I personally like having my soaps covered. I like that protection. And like I said, it's biodegradable. It's, you know, minimal packaging, which I do use some boxes for my shampoo bars, which I'll show y'all. So I'm looking at the people that know we're here are the people that, well, know me, and the people that come here for sessions. That's what we call our sessions, our therapy sessions, and our youth volunteers. So I really feel like I need to do a farmer's market to get out there. My hands are glossy. I put body butter on. It's so nice. So I really like to get out in the community. I think it would be a great thing. I mean, that's what we're focused on, is community. It's finding time to be able to do that with everything else. Because thinking of, I mean, the con of doing that is packing, just the thought of it, is packing everything up, or a good supply of my inventory. And Terry, just the thought makes me tired. It really does, because it's a lot of work, and I could definitely get some help, but I at least want to try it. You know, it's like one of those things, get out in the community, let them know, even if it's just once a month, develop a larger customer base where they can go online and order, and they can do a farm pickup. So I do have that available. People get a notification once they order online. If they choose farm pickup at the checkout, they get a notification when their order is ready, because I basically, once I pack the order and I get it in the farm store, I stand there and send out pickup. Your order's ready for pickup notifications. Okay, this is my sugar scrub. I might actually shrink wrap some of these. So I have the Joy Pine Peak. You can see those. This is actually made from infused pine here on the farm, which, you know, you hand make product from your own homestead. There's so much value to that, and I think people are realizing that and trying to get back to the basics. And this is probably going to be really loud. I didn't think about that. Is that annoying? Anyway, I don't mind the sound, but I'm thinking how loud it's going to come across on my mic. I was thinking about maybe opening the store a little bit more when sessions are over and having more families be able to come out, but being able to just share what we're making on our homestead and helping it to support what we're doing on the homestead. I mean, it's just one of those things. That's what you think about homesteading, is being is utilizing, being resourceful, and growing your food, and, you know, not going into debt. So yeah, Now, my other thing that I do, you know, I'm looking at the farmers markets, which I do believe I have quite a few bit of people that will help with that and that would love to do that. I mean, I'd love to do that. And even though I am an introvert. People don't believe me when I say that, but I am. I could totally be a hermit and stay at home and be in the garden and not do anything. But Christ's love compels me to not be that way. So I get out there and be personable. Where is my coffee scrub? Didn't I print that one? The other thing, so I have, where is my phone? I have a wholesale order that I'm doing. That's what I'm working on right now. I believe it's 5 loaves that I'm gonna be doing. Watermelon is one of them. This is how I save time too. They only want 16 bars of the watermelon, which is a 5-pound loaf. Comes out to be a 5-pound loaf. I'm gonna make 2 so I can stock my store with 1. I only have 5 watermelon tips left, I think. So I'm gonna use my time, be resourceful, and make 2, which I will share that with you in another video because that's what I'm doing after I do this video. So wholesale is another option that you can do. A boutique that you have in your town, you're making a product, you make a good amount of it, and you wanna get, you know, a larger customer base. That's another thing you can do. Now, I did do a video on pricing your products, which is so important. It actually goes through, you know, the story of why you're doing what you're doing, all the way to pricing and how you can figure that out. And basically it's figure out your cost of goods, okay? That's everything that takes for me to make this bar of soap. Basically, I'll do like a 5-pound loaf or whatever, and I cost it out and divide it by how many bars it makes. And then I add on the biodegradable shrink wrap. I add on the label. I add on the ink it costs to. Typically, I do like a 10% markup for ink and all that kind of stuff. You just got to think of the boxes that you ship in, all those things, a cost of goods, times that by 3 to 4, and there is your retail cost. Now, it should be, doing it that way, you will still be able to do wholesale. There's certain things I don't do wholesale of because of the time and cost it takes me, even though, yes, I've marked it up 3 to 4 times. Like my body butters. You know, I can't see letting my body butters go for, when my Pink Hippie one I sell for $18. And so to sell those wholesale at $9, because typically wholesale is half off, is like, it makes me want to cry. It's like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of work for for $9. Anyway, yes, I would still make a profit, but yeah, it's hard. So soap is one of the ones that I'm doing, and for instance, the order that I'm doing, it's basically a $500 wholesale order. So that's great. I am still making money. I'm not making as much. I'm still being able to make and move inventory, developing a little bit of, customers that come into the Virginia store downtown will get the name will get out there, the Pink Hippie will get out there. They'll realize it's in Spotsylvania, right where they're, town next to theirs, all that kind of stuff. So wholesale can be a really great thing, but you just got to make sure you're pricing your products right. Let me know if you're doing wholesale or if you're in a boutique. You can also do consignment. That's another way. I like wholesale because you make the product, it's in their store, and you're done. You're not responsible for it anymore. If you do a consignment, then you bring your product in, they get a cut, but then you still have inventory that if it doesn't move, you have to do something with it because it didn't sell. Okay, now you get it back, and it could be something that's out of season. But yeah, so that's my task of what I'm doing right now, is getting all these, here's the sound again, getting all these, putting the right name on it and getting this wholesale order done. Now I'll stock my store. We're coming in summer hours, so we do more stuff on the farm, so I will have more traction in the farm store. I'll run specials. Actually, right now I have a 30% off. It's a pre-summer sale. You don't need a code. Just go to the Pink Hippie Co, pinkhippieco.com, and you can, once you put your second bar in, because I think it's like, you have to spend $9 worth of soap or whatever. So once you put your second bar in, unless you get a $9 bar, it'll start taking that 30%. You'll start seeing that, it's taking that 30% off. So I'm doing that because I have, look, this is the other one. Oh, let me do this one. So this is the one that I put out on the stories, not stories. YouTube calls it community. And I did it on stories too on Instagram, which you can follow me there at jc.mason and also the Pink Hippie Co. on Instagram. I have 2 of those Instagram accounts. Anyways, it was actually the one the one that named this. It was actually her daughter that came up with it. They just received their free bar because that was the thing. They received a free bar. So let me show you the PS I Love You label. So there we go. There is PS I Love You. Isn't that cute? So I'll label these, and I've already started with these. Not that one. There it is. Beach Bum. The other thing with product, which is really great, if you're making soap, don't feel like you have to make shampoo bars and, bath bombs and all that kind of stuff. You can stick to making soap and, eventually grow from there. If you do want to branch out and do something, lip butter is like the next thing you can do. Lip butter and body butters, because you're already going to have those base oils down from making soap. You're going to have that kind of stuff. You just need a few more things. You know what I did? I thought, oh, soap. Oh, let me do bath bombs. I'm like completely off in a different direction. Like I needed a whole new inventory of goods to be able to make bath bombs. So that would be a wise thing to do. Lip butters, body butters, things that are going to be already the inventory of the goods that you have, those products that you have that you can make what you want to make. So now the other thing I have to label, I want to show you my old label. My old label is not good. I mean, looking at it now, it's just kind of, and you will kind of evolve for the lack of a better word. So this was my shampoo bar. This is what my shampoo bar label looked like. I mean, I love the horse, but it's so, I don't know. I don't know if I'd pick that up at a store, I want to be marketable. Like I want to have my stuff be marketable. All right, so this is the dry mane. I named it because we have horses. So I kind of did a play on that. So this is box I get off of Amazon. There's a little window here because, and I didn't shrink wrap these. I want my shampoo bars to be real. I want them to be really hard. So when you get in so that when you use them, they're not going to just dwindle down really fast. I mean, all my bars I let cure, 4 weeks. Some of my bars I can let cure 3 weeks. They're done. And if you don't know if you're making soap and you're not sure if your bars are curing, just do the weigh test. So weigh them when you put them on the curing rack, get an average weight, and then in a couple weeks weigh them again, and then another week weigh it again. And once it stops losing weight, there's no more water. It's cured. It's not, you're fine. You're good to go. All right, so now this is what my soap bar looks like, my shampoo bar looks like. And I just absolutely love, it's marketable, it's eye-catching. Make sure that when you're doing product that it says what it is, it's got its weight, and you need to make sure you have your state and city on there with your zip code. I don't have it on here. It's not on this one. Oop, back to the drawing board. I'll put it on the back, down here at the bottom. My shampoo bars I can't keep on the shelves. My body butters I can't keep on the shelves. My soaps right now are kind of lagging behind. I know because people buy a lot at one time. And oh, look at this one. I got to do the label for this one. This is my pencil one. That's so cute. So if y'all have been following for a while, you know I use all natural clays, and I do use some natural fragrances, not all. I can get the reports on them and read them, and to make sure they pass my quality test. I don't use every single natural fragrance out there because I can read the report, just like I don't use every essential oil. I read the report. They can do reports on that. This is a detox face bar. So I do put my face bars and into these black boxes. Again, I get these off of Amazon. So my hope in the rest of this year, which we really do pick up in September, on sales. It's typical. We're coming into fall. We're coming into, you know, my candles, which I'm doing a video on candles. I told a lot of y'all I'm doing video on candles. And thank you to those who reach out to me on Instagram. Sometimes I can get really discouraged. I'm just gonna be real honest with you guys. I can get really discouraged because I put a video out there and I'm like, anybody, you know, I just feel like I'm standing and there's nobody out there and I'm just talking. But I realized, duh, not everybody has a YouTube. Not everybody's signed up. So they can't like, they can't comment. But what's happened now is I'm getting messages on Instagram. Hey, I saw your soaping video, really appreciate it. You know, can you answer a few questions? Which I love to answer questions. If I've learned something, I've got to tell someone about it. That's just, I love it. So I appreciate that. It's like, okay, there is, you know, even if it's just one person, that would be so great. That I really appreciate. If you do, you know, reach out to me here or on Instagram, I do really appreciate that. Because, you know, we all wonder if what we're doing makes any difference. It's always good to know. That's the biggest thing. So yes, I have a store. I have an online, and I want to venture out, and I'm doing wholesale, but I want to venture out and do those farmers markets and reach people. My goal, and this is the key to whatever you're making, whatever you're doing. It could be even digital information that you're trying to teach people and help people, is that I'm very passionate about getting rid of chemicals. There's so much junk in our cosmetic and face care and hygiene care, all those things. It's bad. It's bad to where it's affecting our hormones, it's affecting our endocrine system, which is responsible for hormones. So it throws everything off. No amount of dieting or anything like that can regulate that again. You got to get rid of, detox those chemicals. And I have a whole face care system that is the purest I've ever read. Anyway, my point is that there's no chemicals. There's not, you know, even Young Living stuff, I do like their essential oils. I like how they don't outsource. There's a lot of things, I'm not crazy about it being a multi-level thing, but there's things I like about it. Their shampoo, their conditioner, their the lotion or something they have. No, it's not natural. It's not natural. I read the ingredients. There's a lot of junk in things, and I don't put any of that in my stuff. So that's my passion. I want to help women get rid of the stuff that they're being sold and told a lie about, that this product is going to make you this, and this. So anyway, that's my goal. If you have any questions, or you're like on the fence about how you want to start, I think the greatest thing to do is, if you're like, I really want to make XYZ from, you know, whatever you're doing in your home, on your homestead, is to share that. It could be, you know, you want to start a baking company or whatever, and you share what you're making with your family and friends, those that know are going to give you an honest feedback, and start from there, and then work up and, you know, figure out how you're going to, you know, what you're going to do from there. So and that's how I started with soap, just word of mouth. And then it just exploded, which I wasn't expecting. And then outsource other revenues, you know, other avenues that will help increase your visibility and your customer base. So, and get people to sign up for an email. Don't rely just on social media. Email. So get that as well, and get people, especially if you're going to go out and do farmers market, have an email sign up list. Let them know you're not going to bombard them, and, you know, send out a monthly email just to let them know, hey, what's going on? Because if they like your product, they're going to want to know, you know, if you're running any specials or anything. So, all right, I'm going to go make soap. Making soap, I'll show you how to make a watermelon soap if y'all are interested. Thanks, guys. Hope this wasn't a too much chatty video. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you want to see, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.